Now we are going to do the fractional distillation of petroleum. Now, petroleum is basically crude oil, and crude oil is obtained from the deep underground and seabeds because it is formed after fossil fuels or as part of fossil fuels are formed. Okay, so it takes millions of years to form, and when you obtain it from the ground, it is in the raw form, which is crude oil, and which is not at all beneficial to us. If we need to make use of crude oil, then we need to separate it into different fractions, and we're going to use it for different purposes. Now, this diagram is showing a fractionating column. This fractionating column has a color gradient, as you can see. This color gradient shows there is a heat gradient. The highest amount of temperature is at the bottom, and the maximum amount of temperature is at the top. Now that you can see that there is crude oil written over here, which is entering into a heater. What will this heater do? This heater is going to vaporize the crude oil. That means that if crude oil is made up of a lot of mixtures, and it is basically a mixture with a lot of compounds, then all of the compounds, whether they have different boiling points, they are going to be heated to such an extent that all of them are going to vaporize. All the vapors are then going to enter into the column. Now, when they will going to enter into the column, there is a heat gradient, which means when there is the highest temperature at the bottom and the lowest temperature at the top. Now the vapors are going to rise. The vapors are rising, rising, and rising, and the vapors continue to rise. When the vapors are rising, there are some plates that have been attached. These are the plates that you can see. This plate, these are some plates and caps, you can say. They are basically for condensing the vapors. Now, whenever the vapors are basically in vaporized form, whenever they are above their boiling point, so whenever they reach a temperature which is lower than their boiling point, they are going to condense. These caps are going to help condense the vapors in a very efficient way and prevent the vapors from rising further. So the longest hydrocarbons, the longest chain molecules, are having the highest melting and boiling point. When the longest chain molecules have the highest melting and boiling point, as we have studied because of their molecular structure, that's why they are going to condense at the bottom. And when they condense at the bottom, they are going to be collected at bitumen or fuel oil or lubricating oil. Whereas the lowest chain or the smallest chain molecules, such as methane or refinery gas or those molecules or petrol, they are the smallest chain molecules. They need less boiling point. When they have lesser boiling point, they're going to condense at the top. That's how we separate it into 7 different kinds of fractions, and these fractions have different uses. As you can see, you do not need to remember every temperature. However, you just need to have an idea of the temperatures. Along with that, you need to remember all the uses of these 7 fractions. Now, as we have studied that there are small molecules at the top and large molecules at the bottom, the small molecules have low boiling point because of their small molecular structure. They are light in color. They are easy to light. What does easy to light mean? Easy to light means that they are easily flammable as well, because we studied when carbon content increases, so the flammability decreases. So they are flammable as well, and they are runny. Runny means they are less viscous, and they are more runny, or they are in gaseous form. Okay. Now, the large molecules, they have a higher boiling point because of their molecular structure. They are darker in color. They are hard to light, which means that they are less flammable, and they are thicker. They are viscous. Okay, as crude oil is the most viscous. Now we have separated them into different fractions because we want to make efficient use of them, and uses of them are given to us as well. Now we need to understand that there are 2 kinds of fractions which are the most in demand. The first is the petrol for vehicles, and the second is the chemicals, which is also known as naphtha. So, this naphtha and this petrol, they both are in demand, and they compete to basically, when crude oil is obtained, the demand is very high for both of them. So there's a kind of a competition to either produce chemicals or to have a petrol for vehicles. Now what they are basically also harming our ecosystem. So what we need to do is reduce the supply and demand of both of these. When we reduce them, how are we going to reduce them? We are going to go for uh, alternative ways for transportation, such as we can use a biofuel for buses, etc. And we can also develop our public transport so people will prevent using their own transport vehicles and burn less petrol, and less pollution will occur. Okay. And then naphtha is used for chemicals, it is written, and then it is also used for detergents and making plastics, etc. So we need to reduce that use as well. Why are we reducing? Because crude oil is made up of fossil fuels, and fossil fuels are not an infinite resource. And crude oil is obtained just like fossil fuels, so it is not an infinite resource, it will finish, and that's why we need to conserve it. So this was all about fractional distillation.